Hello world, I am Rishon Fernandes and I study in grade 7 and this is my project submission for CS50's AI course called Degrees. So let's begin with the small database. Now data took 0.0 seconds to load and I inputted *1. Let's input *2. And the search of BFS took 0.0 seconds to load, 1 degrees of separation. Kevin Bacon and Tom Cruise starred in A Few Good Men. So let's move on to the next pair of stars, Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise. The search of BFS took 0.0 seconds to load, 2 degrees of separation. Tom Hanks and Kevin Bacon starred in Apollo 13. Kevin Bacon and Tom Cruise starred in A Few Good Men. And that's it for small. Now let's move on to large. Okay, it's taking some time to load, but then I'll just copy this name. And also I kind of changed the algorithm. I made it so that it checks the person, like the star, every time before it adds the star to the frontier, to the queue frontier, it always checks if that is the target state. And if it's not, then it adds to the frontier, otherwise it just traces back to the parent and the cycle continues. Okay, so let's input *1, Emma Watson, Jennifer Lawrence. Search of BFS took 0.6 seconds to load, nice. 3 degrees of separation. Emma Watson and Daniel Radcliffe starred in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Daniel Radcliffe and James McAvoy starred in Victor Frankenstein. James McAvoy and Jennifer Lawrence starred in X-Men First Class. So let's move on to the next 2 stars. Sofia Vergara and Eva Longoria. So this will take 2 seconds, 3 seconds maybe. So by that time, what I wanted to tell was the algorithm actually at the starting, due to the PC problem, it takes a lot of time to load. I don't know why. And yeah, so now it takes 10.99 seconds. So it keeps on flickering. Like that time, in the previous times when I was testing this out, it took just 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And before it actually used to take 3 minutes until I updated the algorithm, and then it became kinda okay, like it lowered down drastically. The algorithm previously which I had implemented, that was done according to the pseudocode of BFS and what they had showed in the lecture, but it turns out my computer was not sufficient enough. So let's continue. Sofia Longoria, and now let's go to Morgan Freeman. And Sarah Michelle Gellar. Okay. The search of BFS took 1.23 seconds to load. 2 degrees of separation. Morgan Freeman and Dylan Baker starred in Along Came a Spider. Dylan Baker and Sarah Michelle Gellar starred in Simply Irresistible. So that's it for degrees. I'll see you later in Tic-Tac-Toe. I had a lot of fun implementing this. Thank you David, thank you Brian. This was CS50 AI Project 0 Degrees.